bee pollen is supposed to be good for something. I'm not sure what. I think it helps with the immune system. So I'm taking half a teaspoon. Just gonna throw this down my throat. I'm rereading the New Testament, so I just finished Romans yesterday. I'm starting 1 Corinthians today. I actually can't say that I'm rereading the New Testament because I have never read Revelations. Like, I've read a verse here and there, maybe a chapter, but not the whole thing. So I guess I'm technically not rereading the New Testament since I've never read the entire thing. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm also trying to read through the Bible, the entire Bible, in a year with Father Mike Schmitz. Today is January 11th, so I'm on day 11. So I'm going to read my chapter for today, and then I'm going to listen to the Bible in a Year podcast for January 11th. I'd been on the search for a beef tallow based moisturizer that wouldn't break me out, and I have tried so many different ones, $50 beef tallow balms, and they all broke me out. So I just assumed beef tallow was probably not for me, but I finally found one, I think, that has not broken me out yet, and that is just the beef tallow that I cook with. This is $13, has no essential oils, which is, I think, what was causing me to break out. So this stuff has been pretty amazing. My skin has been incredibly dry to the point where my nose is almost painful, but this has been a godsend. I highly recommend it. If you are looking for a moisturizer and you easily break out, try beef tallow, plain old beef tallow. It's January 16th, and I have finished my first read of 2023, and that would be The Hobbit. According to Goodreads, at least according to the information that I've added to Goodreads, I've read The Hobbit 3 times, and each of those times I read The Hobbit in January. So there's something about January that just feels appropriate for reading The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings. Really, it feels appropriate for winter. Any season, really. I mean, I can definitely see autumn also being appropriate, but for me, it just feels right to read The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit in January, in winter. I want to apologize for the poor quality of this clip. I have a very old phone, and I'm not going to replace it until I absolutely need to. And also, I've been using beef tallow as a moisturizer on my face, on my hands, my whole body, and so my phone case is just perpetually covered in beef tallow. So there is a layer of like grease on the lens. I tried wiping it off, but it really didn't do much. So anyways, apologies for just how awful this clip looks. Anyway, I wanted to share with you that I have been making, well, not I have been, this is my first time making DIY. My fingernail is dirty. My fingernails are always dirty. Anyway, and it's not because I'm a dirty person, but like after work, just because I'm using dry erase marker all the time, my nails just get so filthy. It's embarrassing. That's why I keep them short, so that the dirt and the marker residue doesn't collect as much, but it doesn't help. Anyway, so I made DIY citrus peel cleanser. I'd been collecting peels off of those cuties. I don't know if those are tangerines or mandarins, whatever they are. But you know, they make their appearance around Christmas time, around December. So I've eaten like 3 bags of those since December. And I've just been collecting the peels in glass mason jars and covering them with enough distilled white vinegar to cover the layer of peel. And so I just had them like marinate for a couple of weeks, and this is the result. I have more. I have a couple of other bottles that I have not diluted. So this is that liquid, the vinegar, the citrus vinegar, I guess, diluted with about equal parts water. And so I just used it to clean the countertop, and it did. I mean, it's not like my countertops were grimy and, you know, filthy. They did have, you know, a couple of like stuck on pieces of, I don't know, gunk. And so I had to use my finger to kind of remove that. But otherwise, it did a fine job. If I were cleaning up weeks and weeks of grime, I don't know how that would do, but on just basic, you know, everyday messes, this worked fine. I'd like to try this in the tub just to see how it works on like soap scum and mildew. I doubt it would have the power it needs to remove soap scum and mildew, but I mean, you never know. Maybe if I used baking soda and then sprayed this on, it would work. But anyways, I haven't even tried it. Just wanted to let you know that I did a DIY project and it turned out. I am not a DIYer. I don't have the patience for it, but this, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here, but before I close it out, I wanted to just share really quickly what I have finished reading and what I'm still reading. So I think I included a clip of The Hobbit, which I finished reading. I also finished reading The Diary of a Nobody by George and Whedon Grossmith. I read this one for Kate Howe's Kindred Spirits Club, but I didn't participate in the discussion. I also did not participate in the discussion for The Hobbit, but I read the books, and that was what I was hoping to accomplish. Anyways, let me see if I can get out of this. Give me a second. Okay, and now for what I'm still currently reading. So I've been reading The Life of Saint Anthony by Athanasius of Alexandria. I'm kind of reading this with my brother-in-law. I actually started this January 1st, but I forgot to mention it in the previous vlog. I think I'm not at 1%. Where am I? Like 70% of the way through. So I'm reading this one. Oh, this is a photo. Sorry, it's not the actual book. And I'm also still trying to get through To Know Christ Jesus by F.J. Sheed. I was reading this for Advent. It's taking me a long time, but again, I'm almost done with this. I think I'm about 80% of the way through. Let's see. I'm going to start this one today. I think I have to read the first couple of chapters. No, the first couple of pages, I think. And then I have to read the first 2 chapters of Pride and Prejudice. I started this one, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. I only made it through January, I think. Oh, I haven't. Yeah. No, I haven't even finished January. So I'm trying to read this month by month. So I want to finish January this month and then next month pick up with February. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just not even going to include that one. Okay, so I started 1776 by David McCullough for Jess's read-along, but I haven't gotten very far. I think I've barely read chapter 1. I started this one, I don't think I started it at the beginning of January. I think I started it sometime in December. I'm almost done. In fact, I think I'm going to finish it today. I have about 3 chapters left. It's really interesting. It has the Greek on one side. I suppose it's Greek. And then the English translation on the front side. And it's all these, I guess, essays on the farm life. And this is translated by M.D. Usher. I just started A Confederacy of Dunces last night. That's my cat. This is a reread. It's probably the book I've read the most. Well, it's between this one and I Capture the Castle. But I used to read this every year. It was an annual read, and I did that for about 6 or 7 years. And then I stopped just because I got really busy. And then I read it again in 2018, and then again in 2020, and now again in 2023. So I think I've probably read this a total of 10 times at least, maybe. Okay, Rodzina is a book that I started last year for middle grade March, I think, and I never finished. So now it's the book that I'm reading. I'm calling it my laundromat read. So our washing machine broke, and we have not gotten it fixed. So we've been going to the laundromat to do laundry on Saturdays, and I'm taking this one with me. And again, I'm almost done. I should finish this by next Saturday. And let me see. I know there's more I'm reading. Oh, that's on my iPad here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm reading The Wind in the Willows. Again, this is a reread. I think this is probably the 3rd time I've read this book. And I'm also reading, let me see if I can pull it, Emily Davis by Miss Reed. This is for the Miss Reed read-along that we're doing with Kate and Rainey and Chelsea. So yeah, I'm reading a lot, but I'm almost done with at least 4 or 5 books, I think. So anyways, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for watching.